Hello. Thank you all for being here. My name is Tim Fisher. I'm the coordinator of the Master of Music Technology program here at Coastal Carolina University. Thank you for being here for our second evening of the MTM Capstone presentations for the graduating class of spring 2024. All of the students you'll be hearing from this evening have completed coursework in recording, mixing, mastering, acoustics, digital video editing, live sound, synthesis, and media composition. At the end of this coursework, students were asked to propose a capstone project, merging together the elements of this coursework with their artistic interests and career goals. Tonight, you will hear from Candice Lucia, Ian Sheffer, and Tristan Walker. Each student's presentation will last approximately 20 minutes, with an additional 5 minutes reserved at the end for questions. Our first speaker, Candice Lucia, is a fearless electronic music composer who just recently celebrated her 20-year anniversary of music production. In addition to multiple years of sound design and live sound engineering, she has completed a 5-song hip-hop/trap construction kit to sell on the internet for $20. Please welcome to the stage, Candice Lucia.
Hey, there I am. Welcome, everybody. Let's get this set up. So, hi, my name's Candice. Well, here we are. It's been a long journey, and we made it. We all made it. Let me get started. Welcome to my capstone presentation. I made a capstone. Take a good look at the background. It's a very unique background. You're probably wondering what that is. Those are the decrepit, abandoned barracks of the former military base, Fort Ord. In 1994, President Bill Clinton decommissioned the military base, Fort Ord, and turned it into California State University, Monterey Bay. In the year 2020, I graduated from Cal State Monterey Bay with a bachelor's in sound recording. I would like to tell everybody that I believe in my heart and mind that I am merging the past and the present, using my skills from Cal State, bringing it all the way to the East Coast in a nice melding, and I've learned a lot here. Anyways, I made a hip-hop trap construction kit. The kids love the trap music. They love the hippity-hop rap music, and boy howdy, I made a package. Everything a growing boy needs to make the rap music. We've got mixing stems, so you can just throw it in a DAW of your choice, audio files, MIDI files, one-shots, so if you don't even care for most of the materials, at least you have some good quality kick drums and snares. And also the song information. I made sure to meticulously detail the song information because many people who create this music often don't know what the key is. I use the program Reason. So this is the full retail album artwork. We had some issues, one might say, with certain copyrights, and I talked to my people, they talked to their people, and they talked to my people again. So we came up with a compromise, and we have a very tasteful album cover. So as I said, melding past to the present and the future. We've got Cal State in the back, and of course, the Chicken Man at the forefront. Wouldn't you believe it? Over 100 audio files, over 100 MIDI loops for just $20. And of course, there are 5 trap beats, but you did not know, surprise, there is a secret 6th song. There's a drill. It's a more UK style drill. It's similar to trap. It's more of a subgenre. The bass is more wobbly, similar to dubstep. That's why I decided to add it in as a special bonus feature, because it's not exactly trap, but with all my capstones and creative projects, I would always like to leave the viewer with a little something extra on top. So like I said, Reason, it's my main DAW. In 1994, a bunch of Swedish dudes in a basement came together and said, let's make a program where we can make techno on our Windows computer. In 2008, I procured a copy, and I have been using it ever since. One might say, it's the reason I make music. So, there are many plugins and computer software, accoutrements, VSTs and whatnot that I use to make this project. For instance, the Scream 4 distortion unit, it has an excellent tape distortion. Many of you know, who have gone on this wonderful journey with me, it's no secret that I'm terrible at audio compression. So as a crutch, as a coping mechanism and or creative skill, I like to distort the things to absolute peak aesthetic. To taste, as one would say. Soft tube, effect compressor, and saturation knob are two of my favorite software VSTs. You'll be hard-pressed to find a song and or production that does not feature these. And of course, the Kong drum sequencer. And Phil, you're going to absolutely murder me because I use the AI function on Isotope Ozone. I know I should have hired out, but it was there when I needed it most. So, many rappers and or producers all have vocal tags. Tay Keith, Boy Wonder, Zaytoven. If you're familiar with the trap scene in Atlanta, Georgia, many songs can often sound similar, so you need a vocal tag to know who made the song. And that's where Lucas came in. He gave me the most amazing vocal tag of all time.
Oh my god, this is the greatest song I've ever heard in my life.
And also this.
Hey Candice, drop that fat beat.
And we also have damning evidence of Lucas working hard in the studio to give me this.
Lucas is obviously working really hard on my mixtape. He's doing some great voice acting. He's doing some excellent voice acting. It's just so amazing.
Thank you. Oh, hey, hold on. So, we use the Telefunken AK-47 and the Universal Audio Volt 476. I love the Universal Audio Volt series because it includes a built-in 610 and a 1176. So you have classic hardware stuffed into a tiny box. We recorded at, of course, standard high-quality audio, 48 kilohertz, 24-bit wave with the Telefunken AK-47. What a magic mic. Unfortunately, it is no longer in production, so Lucas and I were in the studio for weeks on end trying to get as much as we can out of it because nothing quite beats the sound of it. We've tried other similar things, but something about the AK-47 is just magic. Rock can attest to this. So take a look at the picture in the middle. I do things my own way. Sometimes I don't like to ask permission. Sometimes authorities get involved. This is why I had my own setup. Back in high school, I took 2 years of filmmaking. When you have a film crew ready to go at a moment's notice, it's called run and gun. This is the audio equivalent of run and gun. A plastic folding table, a computer, and a couple baffles. I put a baffle on the table and near the kick drum in order to quelch the sympathetic vibrations, which I did not figure out until halfway through the second session. Of course, you might look at the 7B and the Cloud Lifter. This was for the scratch tracks when we figured out that Lucas just sounds good with the AK-47. So, we all remember the Migos. They're very popular. Rest in peace, Takeoff. He was the greatest Migo. He was recently, he's departed from this world. But in 2017, they had the #1 hit song, Bad and Bougie. So here's a little refresher if you don't remember. You couldn't walk down the street without hearing that back then. Well, you've heard Bad and Bougie from the Migos. Well, I think you'll really enjoy Dem Geechee Boys' Unacceptably Wealthy. And of course, this is the actual DAW project and Reason, so you can get a good feel of, with your eyes and ears, of what the whole project will sound like. Of course, Rick Ross, he is, was, and still is a major key player in the trap music scene, Miami's very own. Teflon Don and Trilla, his third and fourth albums, are big inspiration in my production. His early music was produced by Lex Luger. He came around in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Many of these producers used cracked versions of FL Studio and came up with the classic trap sound. So that's what I was trying to emulate. Ross's modern material is more sample and soul based. It's great, but it's not exactly the peak of his creativity. So one of my favorite songs from Ricky Rose is, of course, Blowing Money Fast. Well, if you like Rick Ross's Blowing Money Fast, then I sure hope you'll like Rich Boss's Al Capone. Now, some of you might be hearing it and realizing that it doesn't sound as boisterous or well-polished as Rick Ross. I must remind you, it is in fact a construction kit, and if you don't like it, you can do your own adjustments. So, what was one of the main tools I used? The 808 Studio from Initial Audio. This is such a wonderful device. You can literally put any waveform into this machine and turn it into a sub-bass and or kick drum. And to demonstrate this in a very crude fashion, I took the bruh sound effect, bruh, and I turned that into a kick drum. Let's just hear this one more time. A 12-inch subwoofer in the back of your car will just really start knocking with the bruh. So, as I said, I decided to add the UK drill as part of the bonus content. But what was really interesting is UK drill bass wobbles were a very foreign concept to me. Normally with these MIDI notes, you just type in the MIDI notes and you're done. But the whole sound of the wobble is produced by overlapping the heavy decay of the 808 kick drums. So here is the whole wobble in context. As you can see, I split two patterns, and right here and here is where the wobble goes crazy. I had no idea that you had to make the notes slightly atonal in order to achieve this wobble sound. So here it is, soloed. So, this is all fun and good, but I think we need to take a quick commercial break.
My beats suck. I can't make fat beats. What am I going to do?
Fear not, Lucas. I have a product for you. And for you.
Really?
Introducing the Chicken Man Trap House Construction Kit. 5 trap beats, 1 drill beat, over 100 audio loops, and over 100 MIDI files. For just $20, you can make fat beats. So what are you waiting for? Order the Chicken Man Trap House today. Click the link below. Product available soon. So I bet you're wondering, what's next? I made a wonderful hip-hop trap construction kit. At the beginning of this semester, I pitched a construction kit and also a reverb kit. Unfortunately, we ran out of time on the reverb kit, so the reverb kit is coming at a later date. I introduced to you the Carolina Coastal College Convolution Reverb Expansion Pack. As a child in the 1990s, I remember we would purchase computer games and there would be extra content called expansion packs. Nowadays, the kids would probably buy DLC. So if you bought the Trap House construction kit, soon after, you'll be receiving a free expansion pack. We have many fantastic patches. We've got Tom's House. We've got My Apartment. We've got Wheelwright. We've got the bottom of a stairwell. And of course, Edward's secret third floor. Professor Pinky, thank you for being brave enough to let an insane person from California make balloon pops in the secret third floor. And also next, I got into an MFA. I'm going to New Jersey. I would like to thank everybody from the program. I would like to thank all my professors, Dr. Fisher, Dr. Allen, Professor Allen, Professor Pinky, McKinley, who could not be here tonight. Am I forgetting anyone? Anyways, and my supervisors, Allie Crandell and Callie Duncan, and of course, all the students in the MTM program. Thank you all so much. It has been a wonderful journey.
Awesome. So let's do our question and answer portion for Candice. Does anyone have any questions? Professor Allen.
So when it came to choosing like which one-shot samples, things like that, did you have like a plan in mind? Like I definitely want to hit this many, I don't want to hit these sounds, or did you make a bunch of them and then just choose which ones you thought were appropriate for the pack?
Are you familiar with the Greek tragedy of Icarus?
If I say no, are you going to recite it?
Well, I started off way too ambitious. I wanted to have 5 of everything, and I just realized I just need I realized why most programs have a 3rd year dedicated to just the capstone. I'll put it that way. Really what it was feel. If it felt right, if it went with the aesthetic, it made the cut. If it didn't, maybe it will go in another package.
Other questions? Wayne.
Yeah, so what was the most revolutionary thing you feel like you learned in the last couple of years? Because I'm listening to your music, I don't know what your music was like before, right? I've only known you for this year. And I just think, harmonically and melodically, you've got some pretty interesting things going on. So how did all this come about?
Just a boy with GarageBand and a dream. Dr. Fisher put it in such blunt terms. It was like, he told me that my music is modal and often polytonal, and it just made me think. But I've learned so many things here, but I feel like I've learned the most from Phil, which is manually compressing things, and don't try to do it all in one session. You do your editing in a separate session, you do your mixing in a separate session, 30 minutes tops, no ifs, ands, or buts. You do it in 30 minutes, or you walk out the door and you try again the next day. I wish I could just give you like a bullet point of nuggets, but there were some things, there were some very valuable things. I'm sorry, but being on stage it's a hard time for me to remember.
It's a good answer, right?
Yes, I will write you a book.
Please congratulate Candice Lucia.
Yes.